Alright, enough working on everybody else's stuff. About time I put this thing back on the road. Alright, so I came over here and I said, what's got the longest list? The Jeep. So we put her in the shop. Here you got my 1989 Jeep Cherokee, also known as the XJ, if you're in the know. And now you are. So I picked this thing up 3 years ago to the day. Facebook just told me about that. And she was looking a little worse for wear, right? She bought it from a girl who bought it from the original owner, so that was good. The girl I bought it from worked at a repair shop where the original owner got it worked on all the time, so she knew it was maintained well when she bought it. But it didn't look great, so it was a limited. Well, it still is a limited. But, you know, it used to have the little stripe there, and it said limited right there, and it was gold, and the wheels were gold, and it's an 89, so you guys could probably imagine what the paint looked like, the clear coat and all that. I'll put a little right about in here, put that up there for you so you can see that. It was beat, but there was one rust spot, right? It was right over in this region, so took this off, put in a little bit of metal there, cut out the little dime size hole, quarter, whatever it was. Good as new. There was no dings. For some reason, the trailer package was like all rusted on it, and it's got a towing capacity of like 7 pounds, right? So I just cut it off. But it, you know, it was in good shape. It ran good. It was her daily driver for about a year and some change. She bought a new Cherokee, so I bought this one off her. Like I said, it didn't look great. It needed a bunch of little stuff. The back brakes didn't work the best. Had an oil leak like crazy. She was putting a quart in a week. It ended up being the oil filter adapter O-ring that was bad, so it's like $7. It's just a kind of pain in the ass to get to. We swapped that out. The exhaust was bad. I threw an exhaust system in it. She put a new battery and new windshield in it right before I got it, so that was pretty sweet. And yeah, that was it. You know, a bunch of nickel and dime stuff. It's an older truck, so you know what happens. But so I picked it up, and I've had a couple of these. This is by far the cleanest one I've had. My kid was just getting his license when we picked it up, and look at the windows on this thing. There's like there's no blind spots at all. He loved driving the other one. He wasn't done putting his S10 together yet, so he started driving this, and then he just started really liking it. So it's got the so it says it's limited, so it's got, you know, power windows, power locks, tilt cruise, leather, the whole shooting match. A power seat, even though this is, yeah, it's one of the things on the list. I'm not 100% sure we're going to get to that one. I might throw a new seat in it, but I'm not sure. I like, you know, the seat belt here. It doesn't retract anymore, so I got a new seat belt for that. What else is there? We're going over a bunch of stuff here. Like I said, the girl took good care of it. It was clean. I mean, inside, super clean. Look at the carpet. You know, I mean, it's still got this full-size spare. You know, all that kind of stuff. It didn't have a headliner in it at all. It was just metal. And you can see this is starting to, I don't know what happened there. I pulled this one out of the junkyard, out of a two-door, and then I refinished it. But the glue just didn't hold up. So we'll take care of that one. You know, we got a little experience on that now. I've actually done a couple of these on these Jeeps. They're pretty easy, luckily. Especially since that's just regluing it. So we did all that stuff on it. He drove it. He loved it. The thing was great to him. The whole time he had it, little things went. It overheated on him once. Well, it didn't actually overheat. It started leaking fluid out. That's what this whole mess is. And ooh, look at that. Should probably go ahead and, well, I guess not touch that. But we're going to add that to the list. I didn't even see that before. This is why we're doing this. This thing needs a once over for sure. And the reason it's been sitting a little over a year now. The reason is, well, the power steering pump's already. He did an oil change, so the power steering pump was leaking. He bought a new reservoir and all that. We're going to throw that in there. Went to go pull this out. First thing you got to do, pull this box out. Air box comes out. We find this, it looks like a foam, some kind of residue, and then there was like all this buildup of a brownish gold. It kind of looked like, you know, if water and coolant had, oil and coolant had mixed. So, check the oil, milkshake. The thing still ran like $1 million. You would have never known anything was wrong with it. And I said he just changed the oil a couple weeks before that. Nothing. He didn't notice anything. So, that's what we're going to do now. We got a couple of things, like I said, a couple of interior things we're going to take care of. And then we got to do this head gasket, and I'll throw a new 2 sensor in it. And, well, I still got to change that power steering pump. See if we got a box over here full of, you know. So we put new heater hoses all around it, which I think I did change these heater hoses. That's what leaked over here. And that was the whole thing when we flushed the system and all that. But, yeah, so we're just going to do it once over on everything. So I just did a lights check on it. This turn signal's out. This brake light's out. So it just needs a good once over. We're going to go do all that. And then we'll break it down to probably 2 episodes here. The first one, I think I'm going to do the interior stuff. Just because, I don't know, it's easier, I guess. And if I got to move it for anything, I can get out of here easy. Because like I said, it still does run and drive. So we're going to do the interior stuff first. And then we're going to tear into the motor. And I don't know, we'll see what we do after that. I guess you got to hang around to see. All right, anybody that knows me knows sometimes I can have the attention span of a goldfish. Especially when it comes to free stuff. So I'm supposed to work on this Jeep right here, right? I love working on it. I love this thing. But had a chance to get ahead on a project that I'm not even close to working on yet. Because you guys know that 65 sits out front, C10, green one, rusty, real rusty. It needs floorboards. Who's surprised? Yeah, nobody. So, it ain't nice enough to go buy it. It's just, you know, it's not worth it. So, you can always just self-tap some things in there, right? Like, I don't know, all the sides of a washing machine. That was free. And if that wasn't enough, because it ain't a big cab, but hey, you never know because it's rusty. The dryer to go with it. And over here I got some things from a stove I found on the side of the road. Point is, you never know what you're going to find. You never know where you're going to find it. You never know when you're going to use things. So, if somebody says, hey, you want all this extra metal that I ain't doing nothing with, and you do crap like I do, take it. All right, guys, like I was saying, I'm going to start on the inside of this Jeep here because, well, it's my Jeep. That's where I want to start. Yeah. And I feel I knock out some of these small little gripes, you know, build up a little momentum, I guess, before we jump into the head gasket and all that crap. I just don't feel like messing with motor stuff today, so that's what we're going to do. Let me bring you in here. I'll show you what we got going on. So like I was telling you guys, this no longer retracts. Oh, now I just want to retract. Did it? No, it's still crap. So there was a part here hanging out. This here is cracked. And that's what was keeping it. See? So, yeah. This crack here, the thing unspooled. And I think when I just pulled it, it the rest of the way unspooled. So it definitely ain't going to work at this point in the game. Which is no problem. So this piece of trim comes off. Just a couple screws across the front. There's some holes, I think 4 up front, 1 out back. Carefully pop this off. This here comes off. I got the bolt already lifted up here just to show you how it comes out. You want to make a note of this. It comes out. These two both go together. That here and this here, and it kind of fits right in there with 1 bolt. So this can slide through this hole here. And then this part here comes off up top. And the whole piece comes out. And well, here goes the replacement one we got. Pulled this one out of the junkyard. I think it cost me about $10 or something. See? So this goes right there, like I was just showing you in there. A little easier. This up here, bolts in with a little plastic cover over it, and goes back together here. This is what was cracked on the other one. This right here was cracked, and that spring you can see in there, the spool, was sticking out of that, keeping it from retracting. And when I yanked on it, the rest of the way unspooled. So yeah, she's done in there. So take out that other bolt, throw this back in, and bring it back when it's all done. All right, like I was trying to show you in there, you probably couldn't really see it, but there's that little crack, and that spring was sticking out of there. That's the whole reason this doesn't work anymore. But it came out as one piece. It's pretty easy, just like I said. Pop the screw out. This little guy here. You don't want to reuse this because it matches everything on the interior. So it should just kind of pull off of there. This is about all you need from this thing. Slide in the newish one. Big difference is it's not cracked. It doesn't have mold on it. Which concerns me a little about this thing because this was in the junkyard and that wasn't. So I'll get a little clean in there. But let's pop this guy back on here. Pop this on the back for a spacer. And she's ready to get reinstalled right there. Got a little button in there that covers that up, so it looks nice. But yeah, I'll throw it in. All right, back in the Jeep, got it all bolted in. See that there? She's all good there. And down here for you. Right there, put that little fall into that pocket. Everything torqued down. I just gotta put these little screws back in here, and yeah, she's good as new. Well, there it is. I'll put in there. See, looking all neat and clean and whatnot, and functioning as it should. All back together. She's looking good. Now it's time to get on this headliner. All right, did a couple of little things. Fixed all those lights I was telling you were jacked up, and what's to do? No, that's probably about it. But I'm gonna put you on a tripod here and time lapse it while I pull this headliner out. There you have it. Pretty easy to do. Little time consuming, as you see, screws all the way around it, a lot of stuff holding it in, but a little tedious, but not bad. Comes right at the back, nice and easy, can't beat it. All right, so we got it out, and you saw that, and then I went around these edges here. You see some of this kind of kept onto here. The edges held really well. That's about it. You can see there's like no remnants anywhere else. Obviously, the trim runs along here, well, along here, and that's why that held so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reapply all the adhesive. There's a slight tack to it. You can tell there was adhesive in here at one point. I don't know if this all soaked it in because like the kind of protective coating that's usually there is not on this one. Like I said, I pulled this out of the junkyard. By the way, fun fact, if you have a 4-door, like I do, and the only headliner, or only Jeep you can find in a junkyard or whatever, is a 2-door, or vice versa. If you have a 2-door, you can only find a 4-door. The roof line is the same, headliner is the same. This one's actually out of a 2-door, so the only one in the junkyard that had a headliner in it when I was looking. So this cost me 15 bucks from the local junkyard. You pull it. I spent 30 bucks on this material, and it looked like brand new. It held for 2 years. It just, as it was sitting, so actually I'm thinking it's either, I think it's the moisture, because like I said, there was some mold on that seatbelt, and then now this was kind of sagging. I think the moisture got in there and kind of did a number on it. So I don't want to pull everything off because this is really good around here and up there and stuff. So I'm gonna hold up this as much as I can to get in there. You want to get both sides. You want to get, you know, the headliner material and then the form itself. And then I'm going to do that, and then I got a little right, little Bondo squeegee is all that is. So you don't get your hand and your fingerprints all over and all that kind of stuff. And then we got some of this Permatex. Also funny, I totally forgot I gave the other can I had to my brother to finish up his stuff on that Trans Am. So got some of this here, heavy duty automotive headliner adhesive. I ain't sponsored by them or nothing like that, but obviously. But they work. It works really good. I've used it a couple times. I did use it on this one, which didn't hold, but used it on 3 other ones I have. So that's it. I don't have enough battery because, well, I use it all up doing that other time-lapse stuff. So I'm going to let this charge while I knock this out, and then I'll bring you back when it's all done. It's pretty boring stuff anyways. All right, back down here in the shop the next day. Got the headliner knocked out last night. We got it, took a little bit of time, and by the time I got done with it, I was just tired, didn't bother recording anything. So let me show you what we got. All right, well, here it is. You can see you got this line right here, right? That's and then another one up there, which was there before. So that's obviously holding better. And then in the corners and all this is like all this curve, this contour to everything. So it's all holding again. You can kind of see it on camera. You can see it more than the naked eye. There's like right in here, you can see where it's pulled into the material is pulled up so much into the imperfections in the headliner that you see some lines and some wrinkles. It's not really showing up on camera. I don't really think it'll show up in the Jeep too much. I mean, it's the ceiling. I mean, you know, who's looking at it? Unless it's a Saturday night and you got a prom date or something. But, you know, those days are behind us, right? So, yeah, that's what's up. We're going to throw it back in the Jeep and get it all done. All right, well, there you have it. Headliner repaired and installed. See those lines I was talking about there? Kind of separating the back seat and the front seat, and then this cargo area is what that kind of looks like it's doing. But so it's all that's back there nice and crisp, looking clean. Contours in the corners, all that, nothing sagging. All the trims in, all that kind of stuff. Lights working, the whole shooting match. Decided not to time lapse it just because, well, it's just the opposite of me taking it out, minus the struggle of gravity on this part. But there's some hooks over one here, one there, and one there. I put those in, and then kind of put it up. Then I put that centerpiece in holding the sun visors. And then came back here, put this light in, clipped that up, and then just went around with all the trim. Wasn't too bad. These guys back here, and then this whole back piece here, Phillips heads. Basically everything's Phillips heads, except for the little handles. Those are a start tip. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave the spare tire out, and all the other crap goes in the back. These are good cleaning. There's found some remnants of mold and stuff like that. That's what that smell was, just in the crevices and whatnot. So I'm going to shampoo it, clean everything down, all that. So I'm just going to wait to put that stuff back together. But, well, I'm done for tonight. I'm going to go up to the house, have a little dinner with the wife, catch a little television or whatever, and be lazy for the rest of the night. Tomorrow I'll be down, going to pull these door panels off and see what's going on in there. These windows aren't working the way they should, so probably clean those out and all that. Hopefully that's it. I don't really want to buy motors for them. Chance of all the motors being bad, probably slim. But yeah, tomorrow, power windows. Tonight, nothing. See you tomorrow, guys. All right, so started with this one because this is actually the one working the best as far as the windows go. I put some lube inside there. She goes down real nice now. Up. Not so bad, but wait for it. Ooh. What's that? You guys hear that? So even though it's working great now, all I did was lube right here, run it up and down, and it worked out well. Now I got that noise going there. So I still got to pull the door panel off. And wouldn't you know it, this screw right here don't want to come out. So we'll see how this works. All right, obviously I got it out. Little PB blaster sprayed on there, wait a couple minutes. Screwdriver with the right bite on it. Safety wire pliers, also known as airframer's hammer. And she came right out. Then that's when I seen this. So obviously somebody's been in here, right? Duct tape. That's when you know it's a good repair, and when it just starts falling out at you. But even before that, I haven't even gone in there to see what's going on with it yet. I was looking at this, trying to pull this off. Of course, I watched a video on pulling these door panels off because I don't want to break nothing. I've never had them off before. Bleeping Jeep had one. Matt there, he's the man, so of course I watched that one. But it was a roll-up window one, didn't have this fancy-dancy door handle. And then the the Paps boys, guys are hilarious. They need to start coming out with videos again. But either way, I'll link those in the description because why not? However, this is something that they didn't talk about because they didn't have this kind of thing. So see, this lines up here, right? Obviously, well, imagine the door panels here, right? So this here goes up, 2 screws in there, right? Gives you your pull. And I just let it fall, and I'm like, how does this thing come out? Well, when you rotate it over here, it comes out. So you look at, you got to rotate it. So threads, cut flat, and then of course threads. So yeah, that's what's up. Goes in here, twist it, boom, lined up perfect. So I was looking for like a screw that came up under here or something like that, but yeah, this is it. So you guys know it's something pretty simple, but wasn't mentioned, so I figured I'd talk about it. Now we all know. All right, so figure out what's going on with this window here. See that worm gear? This guy right here, that guy. So when it goes down, everything works fine. Right? Everything's lubed up, working perfectly now. Here's where the problem is. So that thing was bouncing around, it kind of binds up a little bit. Eventually that's going to cause an issue. This is the problem here. This sheathing, you see this is obviously ripped off here. Goes in like this. That goes inside of it. It fixes up in here where that comes out of there, and it's like molded to it. And I tried putting this back on. I put a hose clamp. I tried, and then this gets kind of anchored down in here, a little clip, and stops it from moving around. Just make sure it guides the way it's supposed to, nice and smooth, right? But that doesn't seem to be the case here, and that's causing the problem. So I tried, like I said, I tried fixing it. That didn't work, and so I'm looking to order a new one. And of course, it's like $100 at AutoZone. I'm hoping I find it less than that on some other, I don't know, Rock Auto or whatever. But and then on this side, just so you can see, there's that little clip I was talking about and how it runs up in there. It's great. Problem with this side, even though that's all legit, still got it moving on right now. And then, yeah, kind of like that, right? Now it doesn't want to go back up. Unless I give a little boost, then it'll go. So, I tried lubing the heck out of that one, and everything's lubed, it's just done. So something inside there, probably where that worm gear goes on this side, is probably binding up on that side. So, we're going to see if we can find a package deal for left and right side, and guess we'll go from there. Alright, so did a little looking around, and Rock Auto does have them cheaper, like $43 or $46, something like that. Problem is they only have the left side. The right side's out of stock. I put down a notification to see when it's going to be in, so who knows. Checked eBay, kind of seems to be the same thing. If I had a 97, the newer, I basically could have them all day long, and of course they're cheaper. But this is why all the other Jeeps I had roll-up windows, because we wouldn't have this problem. That's what happens when you get old stuff with options, man. We had the same problem with the Caddy. Things just go wrong. But I'm ending the video here. We'll be waiting on parts. I got the left one ordered. We'll see how long till the right one comes in or comes available. And yeah, so I guess I'm ending it now. Jump into the head gasket, motor, cooling system, and all that kind of crap. So don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, ring the bell, the whole shooting match, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.